TikTok, YouTube, Threads, Instagram, Facebook, Mix, who else? Twitter, Pinterest. My name's Kevin Douglas Berg. This is What Was I Saying, Blog KDB. I'm here to provoke thoughts and move humanity just a little bit. I love that. Okay. It's not about politics. It's not about what's going on in the world. It's not about other things that I've spoke about in the past. And you've probably seen this video over and over, or maybe the preview for it because it's been seen like 7 million times in 15 days or something like that. A neuroscientist, basically a neurosurgeon. A neurosurgeon. I think from Harvard. No, he got trained in MIT. Then I think he went to Johns Hopkins, and brilliant person. He was doing back surgeries, basically. He said when you do neurosurgery with the brain, you also do spine. So he was trained, went to school. He did 6 years, then he did 9 years, and I think right now he's like 38 or something. He spoke something, and it's profound and it is simple at the same time. And I'm sure many people have heard this, just not this way, in which he speaks about all his studying, all his tutorage, all the peers, all the people that he went under, all the intensive, all the intensity that would take to be a neurosurgeon at MIT. And he became a great surgeon. He did his job to the best of his ability. And he did it often, and he did it consistently, and he prospered. The place where he's working prospered. His reputation prospered with that prestige and everything else. The thing is that he wasn't satisfied. He started not being satisfied in his job. I'll put the link below too, because I'd like you to go through it. It's like 50 minutes, but it's worth an explanation. It's worth an explanation. And when he was feeling unsatisfied and he was questioning himself and his ability and the different outcomes of people, he started questioning why so? Why so? Anybody in this kind of thing doing that, being very popular, would not, I don't know if they'd be so worried about the why so one way or another. But, he remembered what they said on his first day of med school. And they said, we are not here to get the pill, give you a pill. We are not here to give you the surgery. We're not here to give you whatever. Sometimes, this is key, all it takes for someone to have less suffering is to listen to. Just listen. Just listen. Don't diagnose. Don't suggest medicine, therapy, whatever. Exercise, whatever. Just listen. I can't sit down for these. I don't want to even try. But so, what he found when he examined the results, when he looked into the backgrounds of the people that did better after surgery and that didn't need surgery, especially if he was behind and really booked up, and he's like, I'm feeling better, doc. I don't need it anymore. Like 4 or 5 weeks down the road, but they still have the bulging disc. They still have the issue with their spine. They still have the pinched nerve. But they have things going on that promoted the health from within. As well as he would do surgery on people and it would turn out a lot better, a lot worse, and sometimes no difference. So he's like, he understands he does the same surgeries at the same time, in the same way, at the same method, in the same process, and he is doing consistent work. Why are these people coming up? And some don't need it with different results. One word, folks. One word. And it surrounds another word. And I might get out my... Yeah, I think I'll make this out. Here we go. One word. I think you can see that, can you? There we go. Okay. So, I just got to see if I got marker anymore. I'm working with markers. That's not good, Kevin. Well, that doesn't help. Okay, anyhow. Because I'm a doof. Oh, wait. On the ground. Nope. All right. Okay, so I misplaced them. Unless I'm from here. Oh, nope. Here they are. Okay. It's one word, folks. It's one word. It's your mindset. It's your mindset. But underneath that, when he digged further, he saw these things. He saw this. It was their diet. It was also their diet. But not only that, people who had people that sweat, people that did something physical, people that didn't stay on the couch. But not only that, but people had this. People had this. But not only that, and this is one of the key things, like, especially in this time and age, this is the key things. How you handle this. How you handle that. Pretty simple, right? Pretty simple, but very interesting at the same time, because I'm going to give you two situations. My mom had a massive heart attack. Massive. Biggest one of her life. And she had to learn to do everything all over again at 80 some years old. And she's doing a lot better. God bless her. Hey, Mom. Love you. And, but when I spoke and I did a little video of this, so I closed the window here. Pray for the people traveling on the train. Okay. When I spoke about she didn't want to get out of bed. No. She didn't want to do this. She didn't want to do that. She didn't want to do anything. She was still the same person that was there before, that was exercising, that was socializing, that was driving, that was doing everything. But that heart attack made her feel like she couldn't do anything. And that was it. Last year at this time, or close to last year at this time, actually. Let's see. About a month. I was at one of my lowest points in my life. I was at one of the lowest points of my life, as well as 20, 30 years ago, I was at another lowest point in my life. And when I had depression and everything else, and I had to live at home, and nothing was working out, and all that. And my dad's like, why are you so upset, man? Why are you so upset? You have your whole life ahead of you. I'm going to take it one step further. Every day, every start of a day that we're blessed with on this beautiful blue globe, floating through space at 17,000 miles an hour, we are given a chance to do something great. But maybe it's what you're eating, garbage in, garbage out. And as you get older, you respect that more. Maybe that's what's bringing you down. But maybe it's this. Maybe you're overweight. Maybe you have arthritis. Maybe you have bad back. Maybe you have tendonitis. Maybe you have bad knees. And it's this you might not be able to do, right? But what if you change that? What if you just change that? Or what if you just drank more water? You could drink more water and maybe walk a little more. Not a lot. But it could be you don't have that many friends, you don't have that many people. you don't go out and be social. But that's okay. But maybe you could try. And I'm going to say on TikTok, people are social. I'm not going to call it a tool for greatness or anything like a tool to get you out of this or whatever, but it is a tool, and you can use it for such, or social media, or to just get on and do something different. Talk to someone you would not normally talk to. Ask them how their day is. Ask them what's going on. Facilitate a conversation when you can. Bring humanity forward. I'm kind of wrapping a couple of these things in together, but it all is in the bigger picture, and I will sum that up. Maybe it's right here, though. Maybe it's right there. Maybe this is it. And as someone who has suffered through stress, as someone who has had a lot of stress, has a lot of stress, goes through stress, the way you manage stress, I feel, is one of the key components of a life that's happy, a life that's not so happy. You can work with your stress. You can get around your stress. You can place it where it should be at times. And it can be good stress too. But you know how to throttle it to your measure, to not be so lenient on everything else in your life. That really is, I think, a huge key as I get older. Huge key. Almost as big as diet and exercise, I think. But so the neurosurgeon got out of what he was doing because no matter what he did, it was the person that it's being done to, how they behaved. Mindset, overall, their diet, their physical, social structure, and stress, and how they handle it. Also, they didn't take in a lot of. They didn't drink. They barely drank, and they didn't smoke. This is not world like, oh wow, this is huge. These are just common sense things. And I just thought it was interesting on how he got so unfulfilled and unsatisfied with what he did and studied and learned and ingrained and trained and all that discipline, he got out of it. Because once again, it's about relieving the suffering. And he knew what he did not necessarily meet the ethos he heard on his first day of med school to relieve the suffering. Because when it really came down to it, it was the person. It was the mindset. It was the mindset that determined if or even if they needed surgery before. But it was the mindset after, if they do what they needed to be done to help whatever he has done to the best of his ability. So when you look at your life, when you look at your situation, when you look at what's going on, how it's going on, where you're going, what you think, what you do, how you feel about yourself and humanity as a whole, what is your mindset? I'm going to take it right out of the medical factor or rehabilitation factor or what surgery would happen, but in general, what is your mindset? And every day, we determine our mindset, and from there, we grow, we stress, we prosper, we don't. We have a different view. We think better, we think worse. Garbage in, garbage out. That's all I have to say. I'm going to put the link in below. It's a very good link. It's like 52 minutes, so it's kind of a long stretch, but he's got like 7 million views. So he's reaching out to people, and it is a very good idea of what he says. And as well as my sister, she had back surgery. I don't know her mindset. I just talked to my mom. She said she might need it again. So, but she's got a positive mindset and stuff. I don't know. Sometimes that could also, of course, be the exception. So, and they're talking about doing surgery on my neck, but I didn't go there. And now I have less migraines than I did before. Is it my mindset that changed? Was it the drastic weight change? Was it I stopped drinking products with heavy syrups and I drink a hell of a lot more water? I don't know. I know I feel really good. And my migraines are few and far between it most of the time. My name's Kevin Douglas Berg. Let's wrap this out. That was just about mindset, basically. I just thought that was a really good information on especially the time and age where we are stressed, we are not getting out, we are, having to work harder, see people less, as well as not eat the best. Oh, 8 hours of sleep too. They were getting 8 hours of sleep. And I'm going to say one thing about that. If you're not getting 8 hours of sleep and you're living on 4 or 5, 4 and 5 is like here, how you feel. 8 is like up here, folks. 8 is up here. If you have a sleep issue, if you have sleep apnea, if you need a CPAP, if you are not sleeping, you have insomnia, look into that. Sleep is key for a healthy mind and body. My name's Kevin Berg. Let's wrap this up. Pray for you, pray for me, pray for world peace, pray for those that are coming and going, pray for those on plane, train, and automobile. Pray for everybody that served, is serving, post-serving, fighting with PTSD. Pray for everybody that is wearing uniform, anybody that is a firefighter, fireman, firefighter, firewoman, a policeman, policewoman, rescue, first responders, anybody in the hospital wanting a better day. Pray for those that are suffering with mental, physical, emotional, psychological distress, that tomorrow is less suffering day than it is today. Pray tomorrow that the world has more empathy for those that need the basic necessities of life, such as food, water, clothing, shelter, healthcare facilities. Pray that tomorrow we have more compassion than we do today in this world. Pray that we find world peace. Pray for all the political leaders of all of the world's countries. Pray for you and me, world peace. My name's Kevin Berg, here to provoke thoughts and move humanity just a little bit. Thank you. You folks are the best.